Welcome to the team. Now let's get to work.
Carl! Rock and
stone!
Path of Exile review. No. It's an exile light. Hey yo, was that a dating sim? How do you level up? I'm confused. Why would you do that? Some of you are just crazy, aren't you? Rock and stone. Won't you guys blow me up if we play this again? I swear I will leave no Boka behind.
Of course, I endorse none of this, Your Honor.
That's messed up.
If you see
Hello YouTube, this is your cute dragon Boka. Today we are going to watch some videos and react to them to feed the YouTube algorithm overlords. Hope you enjoy.
Indeed. Prolonged eye contact. Anyway, hi YouTube, Fricky. What's that? No, wait. Hi YouTube, Fricky. Was that good, Lock On? I think it was good. Well, let's go. Oh, it's to that guy. This is to that guy. Let's watch to that guy. Path of Exile review.
Hey people, Seth here.
Sponsored by
Let me tell
Tibet.
you about a game I've played on and off for years, Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a free-to-play Diablo clone action RPG.
No. Path of Exile is an exile-like. Okay, now we can continue.
To Diablo 2 than free could ever be. It's made by Grinding Gear Games.
Hey yo, was that
a
dating
free
sim?
could ever be. It's
That's a
made
dating
by
sim.
Grinding Gear Games, a Chinese Skinner box company operating in New Zealand, a lesser-known colony of mainland China. It is, in the spirit of Diablo clones, a huge grind fest for items.
No, it's a exile-like.
And money, but there's layers of complexity to keep you interested. For a start, all your skills come from gems, which come in two forms, active and support. Active gems do stuff. Support gems modify the stuff they do. These need to be socketed into items to do stuff, and linked if you want the support gems to actually affect the active gems. This leads to some creative and retarded combos. Cast on Death is a perfectly valid way to play, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. There's multiple characters to play with their own backstory to how they ended up on the Path of Exile. Trademark, copyright. Basically, everyone who does bad they ended up to otherwise. There's Cast on Death is a perfectly valid way to play, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Cast on Death is a perfectly valid way to play, and don't let anyone else
How do you level up? I'm confused. Why would you do that? I don't understand.
tell you otherwise. There's multiple characters to play with their own backstory to how they ended up on the Path of Exile. Trademark, copyright. Basically, everyone who does bad shit in Oriath gets sent to Rayclast, where they'll probably die in exile. The Templar questioned his faith, the witch had her house burnt so she fried some boomer's kids, and the Marauder didn't meet diversity quotas. Most of the classes have good reasons for being shipped off to Rayclast. My favorite has to be the Duelist, because his entire reason for being here is literally some nobleman talked shit to me, so I fucking killed him. What a guy. You can see where the inspiration came from.
I do think it's hilarious that the one that possibly quite literally does belong there is the Duelist. Someone talks shit about me, so I stab them to death.
For all the different settings, Rayclast is loosely based on
all the other, like, ones that are, like, slightly, like, off-center are like, okay, yeah, that's kind of fair. He burnt your house down. You can burn his house down. I can see the logic. Like, why it escalated to that.
On New Zealand. The forests are filled with koalas who want to tear your skin off, and the beaches are filled with meth heads who want to stab you for your wallet. Your skills mix with your gear, and these in turn are influenced by your passive skill tree, which is fucking massive. Just look at this shit. Every class starts in a different spot on the tree, but all the passives are the same. Classes get to choose unique passives later on. This might sound very complex at first, and then you'll realize that nothing fucking matters except more life and damage. I recommend a first time time you play to just do your own thing and experiment. Then, once you hit a brick wall and can't progress any further, look up one of the most meta builds for the current patch and brainlessly steamroll through the content.
You don't even need to do that, really. Especially now that, like, respec is not that hard to do. I would say do your own thing, and then, like, if you're up for it, you can just kind of tinker around and see what works for you first. I wouldn't really go into the meta builds unless you really want to. I don't really do the meta builds. Like, I'll look at them for, like, reference to see, like, so this is good. I can probably go this way and it'll be fine, kind of thing.
It's a learning experience, and there's a lot to do. Finishing the main arc of a story is just the start of Endgame, where you will autistically tweak out your characters with more and more ridiculous setups until you burn out and stop playing until the next league. The classic life cycle of most Diablo clones, or
it's an exile-like!
in the case of one of my friends, finish Act 3 and tell me that the game's too short because he missed the exit leading to the other 7 acts.
I'm not gonna lie. That's where I stopped the first time. Because I didn't notice it. I went back down and I was like, wait, so where do I go? And chat was like, you missed the door? What door? The door at the top of the mountain. I'm like, there wasn't a door. Stop lying, chat.
When asked about his build, he said, "What do you mean linking gems? I've just been using Heavy Strike. Path of Exile has a bit of a learning curve, and it's not for brainlets. But as long as you come from a civilization that's discovered fire and has some frontal lobe development, you'll be okay. Each league puts a new spin on the game mode, giving you new ways to grind, and you can choose to either play as softcore or hardcore. Hardcore players are, of course, the vegans of Path of Exile, and we all know there's no such thing as a quiet vegan. If you interact with a Path of Exile player, they'll either tell you that they also play and enjoy the game, or they'll start screaming incoherently that they only play hardcore, solo self-found, and that they desynced for 1 millisecond yesterday and lost their character for the 3rd time this week. As a free-to-play game, Path of Exile servers sometimes aren't the best, and you can rubber band or desync. This isn't a problem for a regular human being. Hardcore players will, however, pathologically blame everyone but themselves for dying and demand a server rollback each time it happens. This pathological behavior extends into their private life, as many of them have, unfortunately, lost custody of the kids.
That escalated quickly.
Siphoning alimony payments into microtransactions ensures that their spouses receive minimal support. Their children may have mandatory visitation days, but they universally hate it. One child I talked to, Timothy, was brutally beaten with a bamboo stick after he picked evasion over a health node on the passive tree. And you know what? He got off easy.
Oh my god!
But the game is completely free. The only money you spend on it is on microtransactions, which don't directly influence gameplay. Even if you're not interested in cosmetics, you will, sooner or later, need practical shit like extra stash tabs and specialized tabs for holding currency items. Speaking of currency, that is the primary objective of this game, obtaining currency. Unlike fiat banking systems in modern countries, the primitive people of Rayclast trade items for rocks of different colors. You can smash these rocks in your equipment, denting and changing them in the process. An exalted orb is one of the most valuable rocks, and
I agree. I did realize that you're basically just smacking rocks against your boots, hoping it makes them magically better.
many players haven't even found one. Chaos orbs are far more common rocks, but appropriately rare enough that they're the gold standard for trading. The main point of Path of Exile isn't the creative builds, the metagame, or the
I really want to go a trap build next time. A skitterbot build?
challenge of getting to max level. It's trading. I sit here all day, plugged into Poe Trade, and I flip shit for hours and hours. I don't even leave my fucking hideout, which is beautiful, by the way. I'm so glad I picked Haku as my master. What other master lets you place dead fish and rotting bodies on the shoreline? What other master allows you to block the entrance with shipwrecks and pointy sticks? None of them, except Haku. I'm hooked into every API. I've got that shit on live alerts. I've got Poe Trade on my phone, so I can even lowball people for prices on alt accounts. I try match users with known
That's
sex
what
offender
enchanting is,
registries, so I
bedazzling
can
your leather
blackmail
belt.
them into selling their lore weave for cheap. I make prints of all my trades and fax them to children in Malaysia just to inspire them. I buy shit cheap and I sell it higher. Why? For what purpose? To see the numbers rise. At its heart, this is the real meaning of Path of Exile. It's a cutthroat world out there, more brutal than any corporate position, but less paid and with longer hours. Do you really think you've got what it takes? Being good isn't good enough. Not when you're competing with hundreds of Russian spam bots on auto refresh. Sometimes you'll even take a holiday
I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see what he said there.
to the beach, but you won't be able to relax. You'll
I love that he's so enhanced at some of these.
Crod just looks at shiny rock and boots till they know better than not to be magic boots.
Yeah! Rod just looks at boots. They become magic boots.
spend all your time there sending out hundreds of trade requests a minute. There is no sleep. There is no rest. Just a 24/7 Beijing grind. You
Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees.
often do things so fast
got
you
bills
forget
to
who
pay,
you
I got
even
mouths
messaged.
to
Did
feed.
Delve into my anus want
Nothing in this
2C or
world,
3C for that ring?
Frank.
Or was that little pump suck from a minute ago? And you don't want to embarrass yourself by asking. Just act cool. Put a chisel on the table so he knows you mean business. Don't worry, he'll be back. They always come back. Trading is a wild place, and you can also hang out on the global chat while you wait, which is a great and intelligent place to be. Currently, they're discussing if it's gay to suck your homie's dick, ironically. But there's one rival in my quest for capitalist domination: China. The Chinese conspiracy on Path of Exile is plain for all to see. They've grown so bold, they don't even bother hiding it. Chinese gold farmers running hundreds of bots threaten the stability of our economy. Global chat is often spammed with Chinamen with Chinese names like Ab or as the asking you to go to dogfart.com to buy Exalt Orbs and Chaos Orbs for the low price of $2 or 1 cent a piece, respectively. Grinding Gear Games claims they do everything possible to stop gold farmers, but I can see through their lies like rice grains. GGG is a subsidiary of Tencent, which also owns Riot Games, and Tencent is owned by the Dalai Lama. Follow the
Is he? Does he? No, he doesn't.
the paper trail, follow the money, and you'll find that GGG and the gold farmers are one and the same. Players will first buy
I don't
currency
believe
from
you,
the
I don't see
Chinese
it.
Orb cartel. The money is wired instantly by Western Union to the Dalai Lama, who pulls the kill switch and bans the player after several days. During those days of decadence and luxury, the player will get a taste for power, which is then cut off. Much like an addict, he craves for more
Some of these facts may not be facts. I believe. Yes, Bella, tell me more. Tell me more. Okay.
Exalted Orbs, starts a new account, and tries to turn a new leaf, but we all know how it ends. But despite
This is escalating too quickly.
the strength of our enemies, we will trade on.
I thought
That's what
Boka was
Path of
barking.
You thought I was barking. Uh-huh. You know, I just realized I haven't been recording this. I'll record the next part, Lock on.
Exile means to me, or maybe it's my heritage speaking. I mean, we were expelled from over 200 MMOs after all. In all seriousness, Path of Exile is pretty amazing for a free-to-play product. If you like Diablo or any of its derivatives, you'll feel right at home with what I feel is a raw improvement over those old systems. However,
I do like a lot of the improvements to each of these, like, little, seasons? What are they called again? I forget. But, I like some of the updates they bring. One of the biggest updates was it's been gold to respect now and stuff, and it's not that bad. 'Cause usually all you need to do is respect, like, 1 point or something. But,
Because I know someone who barks like a real one on stream when too much excited. So I thought it was Boka.
remember to say hi to YouTube again? Oh, okay.
Keep in mind that Path of Exile started development centuries ago, and it's not very well optimized for your hard drive. So, if you can afford it, get an SSD and put Path of Exile on it instead. It should run like butter. The PvP arena is also really fun. Stun locking people never gets old. And remember to praise the all-holy toucan.
Some of you are just crazy, aren't you? Will there be no more of this praising the toucan? Only praising the boka. Because boka is dragon, and dragon is greater than toucan. Right?
And daily on global chat. A temporary chat ban is a small price to pay to see all men of the world united in worship. Very good game. It gets a high score. The score is arbitrary. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild who have been generously funding and bankrolling these videos. This one is free though. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
You got chat banned. Let's watch.
Hey people, Seth here. Why do we mind?
Your name isn't Seth. Your name is SsethTzeentach.
Compels us to seek out the deepest and darkest of holes and
No. Get your mind out of the basement. No.
make them even deeper. Is it?
Were we talking about caves? Because I understand that statement then.
The fat riches, the lack of bitches.
Why does he look like that?
I'll tell you, it's in our nature. Our nature as men, as short kings. We crave violence.
I will say this, I too prescribe to the dig a big hole. I think that's universal. I don't think that's just guys.
Crave alcohol. We crave that mineral. And if you share these cravings, then I want you to sign on with Deep Rock Galactic. We've got danger, darkness, and dwarves. Deep Rock is easily
Rock and Stone!
the best cooperative game I've ever played. And like it or not, I'm going to tell you about it.
We're rich.
Sit back, relax, and have a beer. But so help me God, if you order a fucking Leaf Lovers, I'll throw you in that hoop myself. Put yourself in our shoes. We want more gold, but child labor can only get you so far. When the planet itself resists your advances, the minds go dark, radio's silent, and children...
I've never actually gotten to see, like, the drill things. We've never gotten that deep before.
Onto milk cartons. How do we deal with such a hostile work environment? We send in the dwarves. You play as one of 4 combat miners, sent into the most dangerous planet in the galaxy to get rich or die trying.
We're rich.
But the planet hasn't exactly laid out a landing strip for you. Rich or die trying, but the planet hasn't exactly laid out a landing strip for you. Much like the great United States of America, the entire planet is our property. It just needs a little
I didn't take any pictures.
pesticide. So you'll need to work together, get the job done, and most importantly, leave no dwarf behind.
I wish my chat was like that. Leave no Boka behind! Always leaving me behind.
Unfortunately, this is not reflected in company policy. Good luck out there. Here at Deep Rock Galactic, we love our essential workers, classes. Every self-respecting mining operation needs a digger. Sorry, my mistake. That's your word, my digger. He's got all...
He did not!
the equipment you need to dig those holes. Here's my build. Full freeze gun, EPC, built for thin containment field. That may sound like a shitty condom brand, but I assure you, it's essential. Next, the satchel charge. Why'd I take damage over ammo? Because this build isn't for mining, it's for killing scouts.
Game over, lads!
Good work. A good scout is like a good wife. seen and not heard. This is because scouts have two things, a flare gun and an ego. So while you are blindly fumbling around in the dark, your scout has just quantum tunneled into another area code and directly into a cave leech. This is widely considered to be a violation of the NAP, so you're well within your rights to deploy the MAP, Minor Attracted Projectile.
Out of ammo.
Dwarves have a lot in common with babies. They're small, clumsy, always drinking, and no matter how well...
I mean, he's not wrong. Okay, continue.
Child-proof everything, they can always find a way to kill themselves.
All right.
The
I'll let him
engineer is
speak.
Deep Rock's equivalent of
I have no
bubble wrap.
objections to that
Platforms help
statement.
your team reach high places and cushion their inevitable falls. That is, if you equip the upgrade. High-caliber sentry turrets protect your children from the jaws of wandering pit bulls. However, these aren't your everyday pitties. This one charged headfirst into a burning building to heroically bite one last child. I could extend this metaphor by calling the wardens pit mommies, but I already made that joke. The gunner. Depending on who you talk to, the gunner is either a real man's job for the bravest among us, or a real boring job. Yawn. Whoa, nice zipline, nerd. Oh wait, I'm getting a call. It's the old folks' home. They want their mobility lifts back. Real talk.
Hey, those are expensive.
If you use your own zip lines in combat, please format your hard drive. You are a tank. Your job is to soak up aggro. You have a shield. You have a gun. You have 2,000 rounds of depleted uranium. Please use them. That was a joke. Here at Deep Rock, we love our greenbeards. If you hear anyone talk like that, bully them. They want you to play it safe. Call them a leaf lover. I don't care if we're on stage 3 of an elite deep dive. I am going to C4 of a scout. Are they mad at you for not using your platforms? Send them a booster seat to hell. They want you to stop committing friendly fire? Tell them...
I don't think you should listen to anything he says, chat. These sound like very dangerous thoughts. Do we need to talk about it?
Don't worry, I have friendly, when you know damn well that in fact you do not. One of the facts of life is that you don't get what you pay for. Netflix has an impressive catalog, but hides them depending on your location, and then hikes up the price anyway. Now, you could just cancel and admit defeat, or use ExpressVPN like me and get everything you actually paid for. Believe it or not, what's available to you on Netflix in Germany is completely different to what's available to someone in East Germany. Now, my issue is very particular. I need orc content, and
I'm
I
going
need
to
it
the
now.
store. You want anything? Nothing? Cool.
I want brownies! In a sandwich.
Skyrim mods can no longer satisfy my
Wowza.
Tolkien desires, and so I've arrived at this dark crossroads in life. I must watch She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
That show was so bad. Why do you want to watch that?
Unfortunately, it's banned in Saudi Arabia.
For good reason.
But with just one tap of a button, ExpressVPN lets me change my location to the USA, where it isn't. Unfortunately, as a fan of domestic wrestling, Rick and Morty isn't available on US Netflix. But once again, just a click of a button, and as far as Netflix can tell, I'm a Japanese salaryman, and I can freely watch this to my heart's content. ExpressVPN has over 90 countries to choose from, so every time I run out of things to watch, I just switch to another and unlock a whole new library. And it's not just for Netflix. You can use ExpressVPN to unlock shows.
That really is what VPN's for. It's not to protect your data. It's quite literally to... I'm over here, no, I'm over here, no, I'm over here.
For other streaming services as well.
Stop watching
I use
the
it to watch
freaking
Planet Earth on
turtles!
BBC iPlayer, which is
You're all
region locked
down
to the
bad.
UK. But by using ExpressVPN, I can reap all the benefits of being in Britain without the risk of getting stabbed. ExpressVPN works on any of your devices. Securely connect with a single click without slowing your connection. They say you can't have your cake and eat it too, but with arbitrarily geo-locked streaming services, I absolutely can. Why restrict yourself to the content of a single country when you could be receiving the content of every continent instead? But
Who is is this man and what has he done to you for you to use him so much?
By visiting expressvpn.com/Seth or clicking the link in the description box below. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. But enough fun.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Why are we here? For real. We're here to mine because we're miners, and I love
Your gold's
miners.
full! Go to Dolly!
Sorry, that wasn't me.
Is it Molly or Dolly?
That was the gold play button. Continuing on. The terrain
I hope that was mustard.
is 100% destructible and filled to the brim with precious minerals. Mine the minerals, dump a fat load inside of Molly, and make it home
You didn't need to phrase it that way.
safely. Actually, scratch that last part.
All of you? Mine out of the basement.
The minerals are top priority. If you want to come home, that mission better be finished. Oh, I'm sorry, you ran out of ammo? Well, we're not sending you a single bullet until you mine enough nitra to pay for it yourself. Each level is procedurally generated based on its biome.
Oh shit!
Biomes range from the lovely sandblasted corridor and fungus bog to the extremely safe and fun hollow bow and magma core. Remember, we can never dig too deep. Any cave can be conquered. Your team has all the tools they need, but they work best with teamwork. You either dig together or dig your own grave. Sadly, the average gamer would rather sacrifice their teammates for one sick frag. So allow me to deliver a crash course directly into your silky smooth brain matter. First off, hold control to use your laser pointer. Use it to ping gold chunks,
It took me forever to figure out how to do that. I was just going around and smacking things.
goose sacks, and mushrooms. Remember,
It's not because I'm dumb. Because no one told me there was a laser pointer. And then like later on, one of y'all was using it. I'm like, how are you doing that?
to destroy sus shrooms that don't give a correct voice line. This is essential for team unity and annoying management.
Mushroom, shut it. Get back to work.
Second, rock and stone. There is no inappropriate time for rock and stone. However, it is a serious social faux pas to not salute. Remember, if you don't rock and stone, you ain't coming home. Speaking of faux pas, double dipping. These bars show how much ammo your team has. One serving of resupply gives 50% of your max ammo. There's 4 servings on each pod. Divide by 4 dwarves to get how many servings you're allowed to have. 1. Never double dip a resupply. Wah, but I need it. That's your problem. Take some ammo upgrades next time. If you really need more ammo, just ask. That's right, Deep Rock players have developed a heretofore unknown form of gamer communication. Manners. R's in the chat, that means ready. As
Ours? Ready? Oh, it means ready. I thought it was for reload.
in ready to start the objective or ready to leave. Engineers, if someone pings a mineral, they want you to platform under it. Scouts, make sure your flare game is on point first and foremost. If you see platforms under minerals, that's your cue to mine them. Gunners, the zipline kinda sucks, not gonna lie, but if you shoot them with at least a 5-degree angle, you'll get a speed boost going down. Drillers are true egoists, beholden to none, free to shape the world around them as they please. If someone pings compacted dirt, they want you to drill it, but I don't care what you want. Do it yourself. Actually, let me give you a hand. That was the 4th griefing joke, so congratulations. Your new employee hazing period is officially over. Welcome to the team. Now let's get to work. Mission
Don't you guys blow me up if we play this again.
1, point
I swear.
extraction. Every point extraction squad got the driller, making a
I swear I will pee so pissed.
schizophrenic network of tunnels that serve absolutely no purpose. Scout, hyper-focusing in a completely different cave system. Engineer, making a Kaizo Mario obstacle course that serves zero fucking purpose. Gunner, trying to mine a quarks with zip lines and failing miserably. And of course, the star of the show, a giant fucking pit that every single goddamn quark falls into. Bonus points if it's too steep for zip lines. The driller could fix that for you, but he's run off to some remote corner to huff glue and read Sterner.
Your workforce is big, and it's about to get bigger.
That's 'cause Jesus Christ is my...
Digger,
Jesus Christ.
Deep Rock thrives in simulating the life of a blue-collar worker without regulatory oversight.
Rescue me! Help!
We work in close proximity to heavy machinery, open flames, and dangerous chemicals. Do we have adequate facial protection? Of course not. A dwarf's greatest pride is his beard. To protect it is to shame his ancestors. And we all know how dwarves handle shame. Fuck OSHA. All my homies be committing occupational safety violations. We don't have handrails, we have grind rails.
I have donuts for dinner? Dang. What do you mean? Do something cute. I'm not cute. I'm dangerous.
We don't wear hard hats, we wear odd hats.
Aw, that's cool. Look at that. He's a schoolboy.
Mandatory sobriety testing? How about mandatory intoxication? This is not a democracy. Not drinking your beer is a kickable offense. So, you've done a lot of missions, your sack is full of minerals. What does that get you? Well, not much. Remember to always read the fine print of your employment contract. You're not here to get rich, you're here to make the company rich. Each mission, you'll make just enough to afford exactly 1/2 of an upgrade. So, slowly but surely, you'll amass a veritable arsenal of potential builds. Do you want single pit bull damage or large-scale pit swarm countermeasures? Do you prefer your napalm hot and chunky or thick and sticky? Either way, out here in the
Wait, no matter how difficult you go, you can only get about a half an upgrade?
cold void of space, the affix board can't reach us. This game has a vast array of options, enough to make
That's a cool gun.
any self-respecting dwarf say, you call that an upgrade? This has nowhere near the required potential for self-harm. I need something bigger, badder, more dangerous. I want to disable the inertia inhibitors. I want to void the product warranty. I want overclocks. Overclocks are upgrades that significantly alter the function of your weapons. Need more ammo? Mini shells. Scout not maneuverable enough for you? Special powder. Not enough friendly fire? Fat boy. Want to do whatever this is? Well, there's an overclock for that too. So, how do you get these overclocks? Optional machine challenges and deep dives. Machine challenges are side objectives that can randomly spawn during a mission. Each one is a fun little timed objective, except Omen. Omen sucks. I do not like Omen. Deep dives are widely considered to be this game's ultimate challenge. It is free missions, max difficulty, back-to-back with shared resources. But that's nothing compared to this game's real ultimate challenge. Generally speaking, this community is great, but with a serious mission comes serious gamers. So make sure you check the lobby name. If you see something like Greenbeard's Welcome, Gamers Rise Up, Sneed, or Hot Single Dwarves in your area, cool, very good, rock and stone, head right in. However, if you see some shit like level 500 plus only, no fat boy, no TCF, carefully follow these steps. Connect to the lobby. Use their Steam information to track down their place of residence and identity, and then file a fake death certificate with their name. Now, if he gets pulled over, he's fucked. He wants to change jobs, he's fucked. He's lived a long and fruitful life and wants to cash out his social security benefits, he's fucked. Of course, I endorse none of this, Your Honor. And
That's messed up. Don't do that. What the hell?
the fact that this young man died in a firefight with the IRS, well, I don't see how my video could have caused this, but I digress. This is Deep Rock's equivalent of an endgame. I have over 300 hours, and I still do not have the RJ250 compound. Please, God, just give it to me. It's all I truly want. In other words, the upgrades are well paced. Each mission gives just enough for you to try something new, be it new weapons, new builds, or new content. When this game came out of early access, I figured, no, that's it, no more updates. I mean, sure, they said they'd keep working on it, but you know how that always goes. Hey guys, we're a multi-million-dollar company, but we can't stop crashes in our flagship product. Sorry, all our resources are currently tied up stealing breast milk from the company fridge.
When I heard this, I was so done with their company.
Here's a messy skin. Deep Rock, on the other hand, said, fuck that. Alright, miners, we need you to escort a new piece of heavy machinery, make a pit stop to refuel it, then guard it during a multi-stage wave defense / boss fight as it cracks into the brain of a sentient rock. Why? I don't know. Management wants it. Oh, and you can bring back Dottie's head if you want. We don't care. Just stop unionizing.
Stop unionizing.
Oh, that's not fun enough for you? How about skateboarding? In point extraction, you have to pick up some rocks and put them in a mine head. Boring. Lame. In the new on-site refining, you have to locate oil wells, call down a set of pump jacks, then assemble.
Oh, I like this mission. This was kind of interesting and fun.
While building these pipes.
I think my favorite mission so far has been that one. Because it feels kind of more... feels very intuitive and stuff. It feels like you're really doing mining stuff at that point. Because I made the joke after a few people made the joke with me before they started adding these stuffs that it was dwarven Minecraft. Because you did a lot of digging.
The same system of ethics that firefighters use for the nozzle. If you ever...
He's the best firefighter YouTuber ever. I will hear no objections.
Set it down, even for 1 second, it's gone. And remember, you should never, under no circumstances, ever cross the streams. Got it? Well, I didn't. Welcome to Roller Coaster Tycoon. This is the opposite of a resume. Consider it my certificate of disqualification from ever joining a Factorio lobby. Despite my numerous emails to the devs to let me murder elves and breed the breeders, they had a different idea. Seasons. Like Fortnite, seasons are themed updates with way too much content to fully cover. The first 2 seasons, Rival Incursion and Rival Escalation, could be summarized like so. We may technically own this planet, but according to the UN, sovereignty requires, monopoly over violence. And someone just bought Park Place. Management wants a monopoly
I prefer the
over
lumberjack
those minerals, so
YouTuber
load
myself.
your weapons, sharpen your
she's
picks,
cute.
and start enforcing our monopoly over violence.
Deep, dark fantasies.
Yes, the caretaker's down. The data rack is all rocking.
We are not alone. Something else is out there,
Santa!
lurking in the darkness, prowling, searching for something. But now, everyone's tired of robots. So, Season 3 is, I can't say any of these words without getting demonetized.
Yeah.
Rest assured, it's quite fun. They even added a power washer. Maybe next
Which
season
I think is so stupid.
we'll be shingling roofs for $2 below minimum wage. But we're not in it for the money. We don't do this because it's easy. Our success comes at a cost. So, while you're gulping down your third round, remember to pour one out for the fallen. For the dwarves that got us here. For Carl. Then, head to bed.
Carl!
We'll need the rest. Because we're doing the exact same thing tomorrow. Rock and stone, brothers.
Rock and stone.
I'll see you in the mines.
Rock
As
and
always,
stone!
more content to come. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one. Hey,
Rock
hey,
and
people.
stone. Rock and stone. That was a really good video, guys. Don't forget to go watch it. Have to watch it. Give it a like. Give it an updo. Maybe tell them the dragon will say hi. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty funny, some of the stuff they do. But this was really funny. I liked it. I like the other one too. It's pretty funny. Chad, it was funny! Did you like it? Hope you did. Bye, TsessTzeentach! Freak out. Da-da-da, da-da-da.
While we have you here, if you don't mind, please like and subscribe. It lets Boka feed us. Please, we are hungry.
What the hell? Don't put that on the channel. What the hell? What do you mean? What if you just ate Boka Valley? No, we can't do that. Wow. Not allowed.